Welcome everyone to today's video. My name is Lavinia and I'm going to be sharing with you the page that I'm making for the Open Collab. And this is the hashtag JJJC 2025 Open Collab. And it's a Junk Journal July challenge, which is hosted by Lee at Lee Creates. And I am at prompt number 15, which is written in margins. And this was I had to think about this one a little bit. Something just didn't necessarily come to mind when I read this prompt. So I will show you my page. So rather than vertically, the page that I've made is going horizontally, and I haven't completed it yet, but I will walk you through the process of what I did. So I showed an unboxing of some air plants that I recently purchased just this past week or so, and I decided to use that for my page. So what I have here, this is the base of the page, and what I did first is I had a scrap of this task pad. It's a large pad that I had bought a few years ago from TJ Maxx. And so I decided and I had a piece of scrap, so pretty much everything on this page probably would have been something that would have been tossed, but I was able to repurpose it for this junk journal page. So I used this bottom section on one page that I had used the top section, was going to toss this out. So that's where this lined paper is. So I glued that down. Then the next thing I did is I glued down this piece, this gray piece here, and that is part of a leftover from one of the other prompts, this prompt lace. So this was a die set, and so I have this section here, and then the outer portion, which probably would have been tossed away, I glued down here just to give it that frame. And then the next thing I did is I had a scrap piece of paper, flipped it over, and this is part of my margin. I decided to write on here my air plants, Tillandsia Air Plant Shop, and that's where I purchased it from. And then I put here the year was 2025, and my idea is that I am going to write down in here the names of my Tillandsia plants. I have 24 of them. So, but then the next thing I did is these are just some pieces of the wrapping paper. If you saw the unboxing where the plants were wrapped in. So I just used this is just some Jot glue, and kind of fun being a little bit kind of like a kid again and not worrying about stuff and just gluing it down just like that. Again, this would have been tossed in the trash, but I saved it knowing that at some point in time I might have repurposed it, and I thought what better place to put this than on the page pertaining to the plants that I got, so that I can always remember that they were wrapped in this colorful wrapping paper. So this is still drying, but I decided to put it in the 4 areas here. Then I stamped out prompt number 15 and glued that down there. And so that is it, really a junk journal page, just made of things that I probably would have tossed out. And then once this dries, then I can use I was going to use my dip pens. Let me show you. So I have 2 sets of dip pens, and I did an unboxing of these a few years back when I got them. This one here is probably my favorite because it has the dip pen is a cat, and I actually really like the way it writes. And then these are the inks that come with it. It has a little tinge of gold in it, and so I will be using these inks and this pen to then write down the names of my plants on here. So that is my page. Again, just waiting for this to dry, but again, it was nice and fun to just play around even with the glue. So just basic glue to get that on there. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.